and I'll start your reading right now for Scorpio. Right now, the first card you have for your past is the Lovers. Yeah, this card can be, obviously this card can be about love. It can be about rising up with that angel, ascension. It can be about all sorts of things, choices, decisions. I am seeing some ascension in this card. I think you are rising up yourself. You're improving things in your life. I think you are improving yourself emotionally, spiritually, and in a lot of different ways. And I think you might have been doing all of this, or you started doing this originally to get over someone. I think that was the original idea you had. But I think, then you just started getting stronger and stronger and coming out of that, and you were kind of big and strong and, a lot better inside yourself. So, yeah, there are also some choices in this card because this is the Garden of Eden, where everything looks beautiful. It's like a paradise, but obviously there's a snake in the garden, in the tree, and we all know that, and, a lot of choices as well. So I think maybe when you finally started feeling better, got out of the relationship, you built yourself up, you got so strong and everything. And I think when you did all of that, that's when this person came back to you again. And I think originally, this is what you were hoping to happen. You're kind of, right, I'm going to work on myself and I'm going to be really strong and then I'm going to move on. But I think there was a part of you that was thinking, well, I'm going to improve things and then they'll come back. And I hope they do. And that's what happened. They did come back, but they came back when you were a lot stronger and you weren't as kind of open to them coming back when they did come back. And I think when they did come back, you could see past a lot of their empty promises. So they came back at a good time for you, because if they had have come back earlier, you might have taken them back totally and opened yourself all up again. And I think you did kind of take them back, or something happened like that, or you at least entertained the idea, or you kind of gave it a trial. Maybe it was something like that. And then I think you realized they just kept on behaving in the same way. After a while, it became really obvious that's what they were doing. I think they might have been doing things like drifting away, maybe even disappearing. They might have even ghosted you, might have been something like that, but kind of disappearing. And I think when you finally realized once again, that this is what they were like and they absolutely were not going to change no matter what happened, you kind of got right away from them after that. That was it. And I think after that, of course, you probably fell down a bit again. I think your confidence fell down a little bit again after that. But because you'd given yourself that foundation of strength, it wasn't that bad for you this time. I mean, it would have been a lot worse if, again, if they had have come back to you sooner than this. But because you left it until you were very strong, that, it was a lot better than it would have been. And all of that work you did and that foundation you built up, that's all down to you. So if this is all resonating with you, you really need to congratulate yourself, because I think this person was just expecting you to just put up with everything and to always be there. And every time they'd come back, you just put up with it. And whatever they do, you just put up with it. And I think you showed them your strength. I think that's what happened. So yeah, the next card you have your past is the King of Cups. This is a very complex card as well. That can mean so many different things. I'm seeing a few different things in here. Yeah, the thing that's standing out to me in this card at this time is the dolphin. There's a dolphin on the left-hand side of this king, kind of jumping out of the water. And dolphins, obviously they're in the sea, but they're also in the air. They jump in and out. So when you were with this person, and for a long time, I think you might have been in a bit of denial about this because you wanted everything to work out for a while. But while you were with them, your emotions were so kind of up and down. 1 minute you were soaring through the air, really happy. The next minute you're kind of down in the depths of the sea again, up and down like a dolphin. And what I was seeing in the Lovers card was that this person was going backwards and forwards, not necessarily going in and out of the relationship, but it felt that way to you. I'm seeing them disappearing, not talking to you at times, and then they'd suddenly come back as if everything was fine, doing all that kind of thing. But coming out of that, I think you are by yourself, like this king who's on an island kind of, and yeah, you're just getting your strength back once again, and you had that big foundation. So once you build yourself back again, up again after that, you are extra strong. That's what I'm seeing. So the last card you have for your past is the Chariot. Yeah, so this can be about, obviously this is about moving forward, pushing yourself forward. It's also about, it can also be about protection, because this man's fully protected by this box around him. And I think you were protective of yourself for a while, but I think you gradually did come out of that. And you know, I think you're a leader. And while you're with this person, you lost some of that. You lost some of your confidence. You lost a part of yourself, I think. And, you know, I think sometimes it's only when we've lost something that, you know, we can truly appreciate it sometimes. So I think you came out of this not only stronger, but I think you also started to have a true appreciation of yourself and who you truly are, which you'd kind of lost when you were with them. And I think also you might have lost some of your original ambitions as well. I think when you're around this person, you lost a lot of things, because I think you're just going through all these emotional ups and downs, which is what I was seeing in the King of Cups, going up, down, and it was just exhausting. You had no energy left for anything else. So there's definitely some kind of ambition or something, and you probably had this ambition to do whatever this was ever since you're quite young, I think. And I think this was something you started to do, and then it got lost while you're with this person. This is something creative, I think. The King of Cups can represent creativity. I think the message here in the Chariot is, you know, push forward, do this. That's what he's doing. I think at the time when you're around this person, you might have even been on the verge of something really big happening, around something creative, around this thing, this ambition or whatever this is. There was some kind of breakthrough or something like that, but you lost sight of whatever that was. You know, the Chariot can be about following your passion, not letting anything get in the way of that, because this man's really serious and he has a star on his head as well, so he's following his dreams. I hope that doesn't sound too cringy, but yeah, I'm seeing something creative that you should still be trying to pursue, and you almost had something, I think, whether it was a show or an exhibition or something. You can get that back again, and your work will be even better, I think, having gone through all of these struggles and everything else. You know, you'll be able to put your strength, your experiences, your highs, lows, everything into your work, and that's what creativity is about. You know that, whether you're a singer, whether you're a painter, whether you're an actor, whatever it is, you put yourself and all your experiences in your life into that work. And the more experiences, I'm trying to say, I'm slurring on my word, experiences, the more experiences you have, good, bad, everything else, the richer your work becomes. And so your work is going to be even better after all of this. So please keep on pursuing that. The first card you have here present is the Five of Swords. Yes. Okay, so you did walk away from this person, definitely. There might also be something else, or probably someone else, I think, that you need to walk away from as well. Maybe not completely, but maybe you should distance yourself, I think. I think there was some other influence, and I think this might still be getting in the way of your creativity. Yeah, I think this is a person, you know, I think you do have a lot of supportive people around you. You know, there are some people you can turn to. What I'm seeing is, I'm sort of seeing three categories of people here. Some people are supportive and they understand you. Another group supportive, but they don't really understand you all that well, but that's fine. And there's a third group who doesn't support you or understand you either. So obviously, it's that third group or someone in that third group that you need to really get away from, or at least distance yourself from. I'm actually seeing not a jealous person, but someone who sort of likes to take people's achievements away from them, if that makes sense. And they kind of do that by saying, you know, just little subtle negative things that you really can't say anything about. It's done really subtly. So if you said anything to them, you'd sound unreasonable, so you can't really say anything. So, you know, because I'm just looking at the two men walking away on this card. One's crying and the other one's just walking. So don't be the crying man, just be the walking man. Just walk away. Don't let this upset you, because really anyone who says anything like that, usually it's more about how they feel about themselves than how they feel about you. So just keep that in mind. Don't get too upset over this person and just walk away, just distance yourself. And, you know, if they're making comments about your creative ambitions, which is what I'm seeing you have in your mind here, you know, some people can be a bit funny about creative work and they think it's not real work, but that's their problem. I think some people would like everyone to suffer while they're working, you know, but it doesn't have to be like that. That's their problem they have about themselves. So the next card you have for your present is the High Priestess. Okay, so I think this might be about how someone sees you. I don't know if you're in a relationship or not, but this is about love. I think, because I'm seeing someone admiring you, someone who's really interested in you. I don't know if you know this or not, but they see you as being a bit distant at this time. I don't think you're trying to be distant, but I think you might be feeling that way just generally, because I'm getting this feeling that you just want to be alone at this time, kind of processing things, thinking about your creative things, and you know, doing some practical things for yourself. And I also think, you know, you just don't want any interference. You don't want any people's words in your mind right now. If that makes any sense. I'll try and explain. That's a bit difficult. It's a bit like, for example, it's a bit like if you're listening to music and someone else comes along and plays a completely different piece of music on top of that. It'd interfere with your listening and it'd be a horrible mess and be all horrible. So that's what's happening in your mind. You don't want any interference around what you're thinking, any other people's words coming into your head, kind of making a mess in your head. You want to be very clear on what you want. So I think you know you're actually on the verge of something, and I think you know you're on the verge of something that's quite important actually, and it's coming in and it's coming into your mind. So you want to keep your mind open to all of that comes in. I think you're really waiting for some important thoughts or ideas to come in, and I think yeah, this is creativity. And you know, this is the part of the creative process. It's like you need to keep your mind sharp, ready for what's about to come in. So it might look as if you're isolating yourself to some people, but you know, I think it's important for you to do this at this time. And whether you know this consciously or subconsciously, this is what you're doing. This is why you're kind of by yourself and kind of just letting yourself be at this time. So the last card you have for your presence, the King of Swords. Yeah, so, okay, this is what I'm seeing here. I think this person in this Lover's card might actually try to come back, and they might try to talk to you again. I don't think they're going to try to get back together with you or anything like that. I actually think they might want to talk to you about something practical. I think they might want to ask you for some kind of help, and some kind of practical help. That's what I'm seeing. And of course, it's up to you as to what you want to do, whether you decide to say yes or no to them. But whatever you do, make sure you ask them questions. Make sure these are questions that get right to the core of what's happening, what you want to know. Because I'm getting this really strong feeling that they're going to have to be really clear and really honest with you before you even decide to entertain any of this at all. And they might be a bit vague or a bit and not too clear on the details or something like that. And this is going to make you very suspicious, and I can understand why it would. So, and also you have your mind on other things, important things. So, you know, they're not going to be important to you at this time. And you're really strong. I keep on seeing that everywhere. So I think they'll probably be even more shocked this time when you come out and you ask them in a really upfront way about all these things. You'll be like, is that really true? Or what's the real reason behind this? Why do you want this? What's happening? And they'll be like, oh, I'm not used to this person. So they won't be used to your very kind of hardline attitude to them. But you know, you're just not taking any rubbish at this time. You're like this king. Look at the look on his face. You're going to be looking like that at them. Scary. So they might be scared of you, actually. So the first card you have for your future is the Ten of Wands. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm seeing this creative thing and this creative thing you want to get back into. I think this is a message telling you to just keep pushing, keep going, don't give up. Please do this to start with and then keep pushing this. I'm actually seeing some learning around this, so you might have to go back into learning or studying. And I'm saying go back because I keep on getting this feeling that you started this a long time ago and you either abandoned this or you maybe just let it drift away. A few things were in the way of this. I think there were practical things in the way. I think it was mostly your emotions that were in the way, actually, that stopped you. And I think this person who you're with is ex, and I think this person affected your emotions and that stopped you, or it made you drift away from this. Now, there's going to be a lot of hard work around this if you do this, but I think the hardest work might be these emotions, how you feel about yourself and how you see yourself, and whether the way you see yourself aligns with doing this work. You know, it's like, oh, I don't really see myself as a whatever. You know, people who do that don't see themselves as a whatever either. They're people just like you, and they're doing something that they want to do, just like you're trying to do. So, you know, I just want to tell you, you can absolutely do this. You can absolutely start this again. Please don't worry about where you're heading with this right now. Just make a start if you haven't already. Just start right now, do something and just try to push forward with it. That's what I'm seeing. Look at this man. He doesn't know where he's going. He doesn't know where he's going. Can't see where he's going. But he's going toward a beautiful home with a garden and all of that. He can't see that right now. But when he gets there, he'll be able to see that. So you're going somewhere positive, and you will be once you start this if you haven't already. So the next card you have for your future is the Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, this is a similar thing again I'm seeing in this card. This is a shift. It's going to happen after you've done the work. So concentrate on the work, or not after you've done it, but as you do the work, your confidence is going to build and you're going to see yourself as being more and more fitting into that role that you want to be in, if that makes sense. You don't stop moving forward. Be like this wheel, turning and turning on the road and going towards where you want to go. You know, just push forward, move forward. Put your emotions aside, put your questions aside, everything aside, and just push forward, and all of that's going to catch up with what's happening on the outside eventually. So, you know, you've had some people around you trying to make this wheel go off track or even go backwards. And it's up to you to keep that wheel turning and keeping it on the right track. So keep on doing that, and everything else, your feelings and your emotions and how you see yourself, are going to catch up with that. I really hope that makes sense. And I hope it's not too strange or abstract. So the last card you have your future is Justice. So yeah, again, this card can be about karma or cause and effect. So it's like what you put in comes out. So again, keep on putting in the work. The benefits are going to come back to you, and they're not just going to be financial or work benefits. They're going to be all of these other benefits in building your confidence and everything else as well. So keep on pushing forward with that. Also, with this newer relationship or this love connection or whatever this was I was seeing in the High Priestess, I know I was feeling some kind of a distance between you there, but I think I'm just looking at them. I think this is persons, I think they're really well balanced. I think they complement you in a lot of ways, and I think they're a very fair person. They're actually quite the opposite from the way this ex was. I'm not actually seeing a lot of passion around this at this time, but that doesn't mean it'll never happen. You know, you are preoccupied, you've got a lot on your mind, so it might be for that reason. But yeah, I think there is some passion missing here. And again, they're nothing like this ex, but you might be missing a bit of the passion that you had with this ex. Again, this is just what I'm seeing now. I mean, that might change in the future, I don't know, but I'm just going on what I'm seeing right now. So that's what I'm seeing there. So Scorpio, I hope this resonated, but as you know, general readings can't always resonate with everyone. But again, if you liked this reading, please like, subscribe, or leave a comment if that's what you'd like to do. And thank you so much for watching.